The Department of State Services (DSS) says it is aware of plans by subversive elements to disrupt the inauguration of the next president and governors on May 29 across the country. Spokesman of the service, Peter Afinaya, in a statement on Thursday, said the aim is to undermine security agencies' efforts at ensuring peaceful ceremonies, as well as creating panic and fear among members of the public. The service advised Nigerians to adhere strictly to security and civil protocols during the events. Afunai added that authorities, that unauthorized and accredited persons are warned to stay away from restricted and certain designated areas at the event venues. Let's now head back to the story on insecurity concerns raised by the DSS. And joining me to speak more on this is security expert ceremony-HASHIM. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, it's not unusual for security agencies to, brief up on intelligence days to a significant event such as the May 29 inauguration. How worried should we be, really?
To put very clearly on the table that there has been quite a number of malicious and informations out there that are making an attempt to mislead their individuals, and it is something that we should, as stakeholders, first of all negate. But of course, in terms of being worried, yes, we should, and that is because you know too well the entire trajectory that led us to where we currently are, and of course, just in a few days, there's going to be a new administration, and this is an administration that is perceived not to be very popular amongst people. A number of people have actually adduced that it is actually a process that was actually flawed. So that in itself has a tendency of actually inciting and igniting some level of resistance. One thing that is very certain is that there will be a lot of coordinated effort by some aggrieved politicians, if you like me, to use that word, attempting to tell the international community, knowing fully well that the country will have a spotlight on it, and there will be a lot of dignitaries, motorcades, roadblocks, so there will be a lot of decent behavior that might likely happen. So I'm happy that DSS has actually raised that as an alarm and tried to make sure that heightened security measures are actually going to put in place to ensure that thousands of people, which include foreign leaders and dignitaries, which are expected to attend that event, are not in any way put in harm's way. And then, of course, there must be a lot of both human intelligence, and then, of course, deploying other artificial intelligence to ensure that the entire process go hitch-free. But what you cannot rule out is that there might be a group of people who want to use that opportunity to put a spotlight on their grievances, and that in itself, if not properly managed, might break down, and then, of course, it might actually create some level of snag on the entire ceremony for that day.
Well, indeed, ceremony-HASHIM, security expert, thank you very much for your time and your contribution.